to another sunny day in England. Alright, it is a cold, wet, miserable day and I'm exhausted for reasons I will get to in just a moment that involve heavy machinery. But today I want to talk about something extremely important for anyone who's trying to get traction on Kindle or any of the other ebook stores. And that's looking at the importance of building your own audience. So case in point, I had a question come through in one of my private groups this morning from a lady called Andrea, and Andrea was asking about Amazon ads, and she was running some lock screen ads, those little ads that pop up on your Kindle when you've locked the screen and put it into standby. And she found that even though she was bidding $1 for a click, she still wasn't getting any impressions whatsoever. And this is a problem that I've been seeing recently as well with Amazon ads in particular, is the cost per click just keeps going up and up. So where a few months back you might be seeing sort of 40 cent, 50 cent clicks, now I'm starting to see clicks coming in at like 90 cents or $1 or more. In other words, to get someone to go to your book page on Amazon is costing you $1 every single time. And you can imagine that if your conversion rate is something solid like 10%, that means it's costing you $10 just to sell one book. And when the average book is priced at around $5, you're earning about $3.50 on that. So you're making a considerable loss on that first book. So if each paying reader is costing you $10 and all your books are in the $5 range, you're going to have to hope that on average, readers are going to be buying 3 or more books from you to make up for that initial outlay. And this is where we run into problems because most authors don't have deep catalogs, deep series. Now, a lot of people watching this video, especially are just getting started out, or maybe they have a couple of books and they're looking for things that can help get them traction. And while advertising is very, very popular, especially Amazon ads and Facebook ads, because of all the competition, each click can get very expensive. So if you're just starting out and you only have a handful of books or you've just got one book out there, it can be extremely difficult to actually earn a profit on an advertising spend. And this is why it's so important to grow your own audience outside of Amazon. Because as we've seen, Amazon changes the game all the time. Advertising costs go up, the amount you get paid for each page read goes down. Organic reach can be super variable or non-existent depending on who you ask. And in general, it can be very risky to put all your eggs in one basket. So if you can grow your own audience that you control, then you're really putting a handle on all that risk and getting back kind of more influence over your sales and your growth. So in particular, when I say grow an audience, what I mean is build an email list. Because even after all these years, email is still the #1 most effective way to reach people online. And other options come along all the time, like paid advertising and Facebook Messenger more recently. But we've found that as these particular alternatives get more and more popular and more effective, the people who control them start to monetize them. So Facebook Messenger, for example, became a platform for communication a couple of years ago, and at first was incredibly effective. We were getting 4 times the open rates, 5 times the click rates of email. But since then, Facebook has taken control of the Messenger platform and pretty much said that the only way for you to get a message out to your readers is by paying for ads. Now, this isn't an issue with your email list because you've built that, you control it, and you manage it. So you have that direct line of communication between you and the people who actually buy your books, which means you can control the messaging, what you say, when you say it, and where you send people to. And looking at it in a strictly kind of cost to return ratio, if you're paying, lowballing it 50 cents per click for advertising, compare that to how much you're paying per click for email. So for example, if you have fewer than 1,500 email subscribers, you can get a free email marketing account with a company like MailerLite, and then every click is completely free. And bearing in mind that each person on your email list is going to be likely to click multiple times, that really adds up. So you can see that a click from email is not only much cheaper, but those people who are on your email list also know who you are, so they tend to convert better as well. So if you're currently relying on advertising for all of your traffic, or if you're a new author wondering how to get traction for the best possible ROI, then this session is absolutely for you. But first, a quick detour. Alright, if you're wondering why I'm tired, it's because I have to go and help deliver hay, which sounds relatively simple, but you'll see. I bought the wrong shoes again. Right, so that's the hay that needs to go in there. Not convinced it'll fit. We'll find out. I think it's going in. Alright, now we've got to somehow get it back to the yard. So when we're looking at ways that we can use our email list, it really comes down to three main categories. The first one is when we launch a new book. If we have an email list of people who have signed up to hear more from us, then that's a built-in audience of people who are interested in your new releases. So we can use that to try and push our book during release week to get as many sales as possible, trigger the Amazon algorithms and the other ebook stores, and get as much attention on that book as possible so that we can get more sales, more reviews, and more long-term traction. The other key use for a mailing list is building a launch team or an ARC team. Now, these are kind of a group of your best superfans, and these are the people who are going to be reading your pre-release copies, giving you notes, doing beta reading for you, and these are the people who are going to leave reviews on launch day. So these guys are great at helping to spread the word and get word of mouth out there and really help you build up that social proof. So having several dozen 4- and 5-star reviews on launch day is incredibly powerful. And the third use for an email list is building up evergreen sales. So the great thing about email is that you can automate a lot of it. So when somebody signs up to your email list, so maybe you're building a list using reader magnets or some of the other methods we've talked about on this channel, links below. So if you're building that list up and you're gathering people who have already shown an interest in you, then you can trigger automated emails to go out, introducing these readers to your back catalog. So this is a fantastic way of driving sales to your older books as well. So we're going to have a look at how you can actually do these three different things and what you need to consider. So if you're launching a new book and you've started building up an email list and you've got some people on there who are interested in the new book coming out, this is a fantastic opportunity for you to really build some excitement ahead of your launch. See, the number one problem that I see from authors when they have an email list and they've got a book coming out is they don't really think through how the buying process works. So most authors on launch day will send out a quick 1 or 2 paragraph email that basically just says, hey, my book is ready, go buy it here. But unfortunately, that doesn't tend to get the best results. Because when it comes to online sales, especially things like books, which are generally entertainment factor, there's not really anything built in that's compelling people to buy it right now. So if a book's come out, that's fantastic, but the book is still going to be available next week and next month and next year. So in order to get people to actually buy it during launch week, you have to give them a compelling reason to buy it now. You have to get them excited about it. So having an email list is a great opportunity to do this because you can send out emails ahead of your launch that build up that excitement, that build up that buzz, and give people a compelling reason to actually buy it as soon as it's released. So this is where things like launch bonuses come into play. So for example, during the first week of launch, you could offer a free bonus in the back of the book so that people who buy it during that launch window get instant access to that bonus. And that could be something like a free short story, deleted scenes, audio readings. You could team up with other authors to offer their books for free, which is something that I've been involved in many, many times over the years, because it not only helps you give a bonus to get people to buy, but it also helps that other author get more exposure, which is really cool because we're not really in competition with each other. You know, it's books. People can buy 2 books by 2 different authors. It's not one or the other. So this is a great opportunity to strengthen those relationships and also offer something cool to your readers that in turn is going to get you more sales. So for an email launch, we're looking at maybe 2 or 3 emails ahead of launch day, just giving people little hints and little tidbits of what's coming up. So you tell them about, the description, you give them maybe the first chapter, you give them the cover reveal, you talk to them about maybe the behind the scenes process, you'd share any early reviews that you might have got from your beta team. And you tell them about the launch bonus that you've got lined up for them and how they can go about getting it. In other words, you're kind of priming the sale for when the book goes live. And by taking the time to send out 2 or 3 emails ahead of your book launch, maybe 2 or 3 weeks beforehand, leading up to the night before the launch, this can more than double your sales during launch week. So it's definitely worth taking the time to implement it. So the second reason then, looking at building that beta team, that ARC team or launch team or whatever you want to call it, this is kind of your group of super fans. So it's a segment within your email list of fans who have raised their hand and said, hey, yes, please send me some review copies. I'd love to give you some feedback. I'd love to leave you a review on launch day. Please include me in your team. And these people are going to be some of the most engaged people on your email list. And often they'll buy the book anyway just to support you. So the way to do this then is within your database, you would send out an email inviting people to join your launch team. You tell them what it's all about, make it very, very clear. Say, in return for a free book, you agree to leave a review on Amazon or Goodreads or any of the other ebook stores. Try and get the people to actually go to a landing page, enter their name and email address and sign up. Give them a few hoops to jump through. Don't make it too easy because you want to get the good people. Then set up an automated email just to welcome them to the group, set those expectations, and then deliver them the review copy of the book that you want them to read. Then, leading up to the launch, you send out a couple of reminders, making sure to tell people exactly what to do on launch day. So for example, the book will be launching tomorrow. I'll send you an email. All you need to do is click the link in the email and leave an honest review on Amazon or Goodreads or iBooks or wherever. Then on launch day, you've sent out your email to your other fans to buy the book, and then you send out your email to your beta team, your ARC team, to go and leave the reviews. Now, this approach has seen me get dozens and dozens of 4- and 5-star reviews in the first 24 hours, which helps get your new release into the hot new releases category on Amazon, which substantially increases your exposure and your sales. And then later on down the line, when you are starting to look at paid advertising, you'll have some solid reviews there, which is going to help your click-through rate and your conversion rate and lead to a higher ROI. So this is the kind of marketing activity that's going to help you out long term. So it's definitely worth getting right. And the third reason why email lists are so powerful is automated emails. Now, pretty much any email marketing service, whether it's MailerLite or MailChimp or ConvertKit or whoever it is, allow you to set up automated emails. And the basic principle behind this is you take the launch emails that you've already written for your previous books, tweak them a little bit, and then make them evergreen, which means that people are going to be getting them automatically after a certain period of time once they've signed up to your email list. So obviously anything that's time sensitive, like specific dates or launch bonuses or anything like that, you might take out, but you'd leave in the stuff that allows you to still build that buzz and that excitement and then tell people about the book itself. So maybe you've just released book 5 in your series. Once the launch is done, you can take those emails that you've written, you can tweak them, put them into an automated sequence, and then everyone who's joining your email list is going to eventually get that book 5 launch sequence. And you can do this for all of your books. If you've got 6 books in your series, you can lead people from book 1 through to book 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 using automated emails. And remember, you're not paying anything extra for these clicks. If you have 1,500 or fewer subscribers, you can generally get a free email marketing service from someone like MailerLite. But even if you're above that threshold, you're not going to be paying anything extra for those clicks because you only tend to pay by the subscriber. So if each subscriber is clicking 10 times, then you're not paying anything extra for that. So having those automated emails built into a logical sequence that leads people through your catalog, through your series in a sensible fashion is incredibly powerful, and it's completely hands-off. Once you've built it and once it's set up, it'll just run in the background. So you can probably tell that, you'd be using email marketing in tandem with some of the other stuff we've talked about in the other videos. So when you're building up your audience and you're building up your email list using some of the methods we've talked about in the other videos, links underneath, you can then use the email marketing approaches to then capitalize on that audience. And remember, you control it at every step. And every click that you get from email is a click that you didn't have to pay for. So when you're using all of these marketing approaches in tandem with a sensible strategy, it can exponentially affect your results. And that's why it's so important to build your own audience. Do some hay rolling now. Done. All right, all done. Let's get back to work. Yeah, I said to myself after the last time I would get proper shoes. Failed miserably. Now, I've put a bunch of links underneath this video where we go into everything in a ton more detail, and I've also included a link where you can check out my latest public course opening. So my flagship program, Your First 10,000 Readers, has been taken by over 5,000 students from all around the world, many of whom have gone on to become full-time authors. And during the program, I'm going to show you everything that you need to do to build your own marketing system so that you can grow your own audience, take control of your sales, and see massive growth in your author career. I've also included a ton of bonuses that aren't normally available, which are going to help you get there even faster. So the course is open for the next few days only, and it includes personal email coaching with me, so I can only take so many people. But if anything we've talked about so far has resonated with you, then this could be the program for you. So definitely check it out at the link underneath this video, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.